Hi there, NamesNiko, and welcome back to my playthrough of Citizen Sleeper 2. So, when I look at the beginning, when I open the game, it says there's an 84 beside my name, which I believe means that we are 84% done of the game at this point. So, yeah, I think we are quite close. We don't have enough fuel for that trip, unfortunately. I think we should go here first. So I'm hoping we'll get most... Oh. The hell? Anyways, what we're doing next is, this. Anyways, you are the first to notice them. Small, white, smooth shapes at the boundaries between hull plates and the seams of paneling curling out from beneath vents. Mushrooms dotted here and there all across the cargo bay. Mushrooms growing on your ship. This doesn't seem very hygienic. That's how you spell hygienic, I think. Bliss floats next to you, surveying the scattering of pale caps in the cargo bay. It's not hard to agree, although you doubt spores and fungi can have a significant effect on your body. Not that you've risked it before. We should vent the cargo bay. Seraphine's voice crackles through the cargo bay's speakers. He's flying the ship, but you updated him on your new passengers. This is what comes from having spores and wonky crates sitting in your bay, cycle after cycle. You look with slight embarrassment at the ragged spore crate that Nimba asked you to deliver to Aki as a gift. Maybe you should have proved a faster courier. Oh. Oh, we were supposed to go there immediately. I didn't know there was... Oh, shit. I was gonna do it and... Oh, my God. I didn't know there was a due date for this thing. God damn it. Hey, don't blame yourself. They don't seem to be hurting anyone. They float over to a cap and tear it off at the stem. We know from Nimba that these are edible, so... We can farm them? We are always short of supplies. Seraphine's voice buzzes through the speakers. But a few caps don't make a meal. Bliss inspects the cap. I do like a good mushroom. They sniff it. Back on the eye, they have these masutakes that smelled amazing. You look over the cargo bay. It doesn't get used much. Most of your hulls fit comfortably in one quarter. There's plenty of room to isolate a little growing area, maybe with some plastic sheets. Or you can just open the hatch and let the void of space sterilize the whole place for you as you fly. After all, if these things get into the air recyclers, you could have a serious problem on your hands, and who knows what they might do to the wiring. Either way, you better keep hold of the packed spore crate. Maybe just secure it in its own locker. Nimba wouldn't be impressed if you vented those spores, but the mushrooms, you need to decide what to do with them. And let's just keep them, why not? If they're edible, who cares? I know it could cause issues, but whatever, we'll keep them. Liz holds the caps to their mouth, then thinks better of it. They squint at you. Are you sure? Yeah, sure, keep them. We should only figure out how to harvest and prepare them. Bliss slips the cap into a pocket, but I think it's a good call. You hope they're right. This rig is busy enough without adding extra ecosystems into the mix. As you leave the cargo bay, you suddenly realize you've taken on yet another project. It is becoming a habit. We're going to deliver them right now. Decide to not clear out the cargo bay out. Mushroom Samba. That was the achievement we got. Okay, well, we're going to Aki right now. I didn't know we were like 1 day short, unfortunately, but I guess it's fine. Also, we got good dice rolls. We're just going to, first off, buy fuel. Second off, because we're leaving right now, we're gonna gamble a little bit. I should have used the 5 dice. Whatever. Yeah, so you can't do that anymore. But we got 25, that's fine. Now we got a year. Let's see how much this gives us. 13. God damn, we also got positive on the 25%. Look at all this money we just made. Got 331. Oh, we need supplies. I didn't even clue in. My bad. We buy some. Okay, 256. Okay, let's get going now. Okay, let's go to the healing gate first. Sleeper, you got a moment? Yunjin finds you in your berth. I have news about the Aphelion. Yunjin has a seriousness you really see etched into the hard lines in your face. You remember the ship he is talking about, the Aphelion Path, the last surviving interstellar fraction ship in the Helion system, if his stories are to be believed. I've been putting out some feelers for that little lost ship, and something came back. He glances around as if the information might leak to some unwanted source. We're in the... no one's here, okay? We're at the gate, okay? No one's here. He glances around. Okay, I've been working with a contact of mine, a signal chaser, working out of the hollow. He's got some promising leads. We're going to the hollow soon, by the way. He followed the trails from the hidden wreck we found, calculated the possible vectors. If this thing is still in the Helion system, it's in the shoals. He folds his arms across his broad chest, watching your reaction. Do you trust the signal chaser? He sucks in a breath. As much as I trust anyone, I haven't told him what exactly we're tracking, just gave him a signature. There's a chance he hasn't figured it out, so... The problem is, the signal chaser's gone quiet. Nothing for a few cycles now. Yunjin shakes his head. Maybe he got wise to the value of what he found, but I doubt it. Maybe he just took a holiday. Yunjin grins at his own joke. How can we pay a visit to the hollow, turn up my ghost contact, see how viable the data looks? It looks good. We go out and get the ship. It doesn't. He shrugs. No harm, no foul. Well, Vesna, what about her? Yunjin shrugs. Maybe she's involved. I doubt it. But he holds up a finger. Does she come sniffing around after the fact? When a whiff of the data gets out, he sighs. That's what she does. That's all I've got. Yunjin winks. Keep it between us, all right? We'll let the others know when we hit the hollow. But remember, what's at stake here, Sleeper? An interstellar ship, a ticket out of Helion. He pats you hard on the shoulder. It'll be worth it. With that, Yunjin shifts out of the bunks, whistling. New drive available. Oh, new mission. This is a major mission. Okay, well, we're going to the hollow after we do all the Aki stuff. First... Oh, we need scrap here. Oh, so we can get Solheim data here. It costs energy though. Fuel, let's just get some fuel. Okay. No supplies, and whatever, I can buy more supplies elsewhere. Positive, and Solheim data. Another positive. This one might just cost us energy. Oh shit, we're starving. Okay, we're going here first. The biosphere, once barren, is transformed. Where it was once dry and gray, and now swirls with amber dust. A hazy cloud cut through with the bone-white tendrils of steppe silk. Aki, in masking goggles, lets the biosphere circulating air play with the end of her scarf, twirling and twisting, even threatening to rip it from her neck. That scarf, she has explained, is woven from the vast fibers of the steppe silk itself. That is why this place is known as Weaver's Field, for the workshops of Greenbelt residents creating fabric from its steppe silk fibers. Weavers who fled from Ember's Steppe, and those taught afresh by Aki herself. Isn't it beautiful? Aki asked, her eyes glowing. Ember's Steppe reborn on this rock, and not as an archive, as something new. The plants themselves are reconfigured. The steppe silk adapts well to the microgravity, even thrives, and the dust itself becomes a cloud that surrounds it. Aki points to a tendril stretching across the space. What was once a burrowing plant is now a bridging plant. Like us, it projects itself across empty space, pushing out into its new conditions. Aki looks at you. Sorry, I'm rambling. This place does that to me. Her chuckle is muffled by her mask. It is beautiful. Aki bows. Thank you, I'm glad you like it. Let's leave the dust house. We can talk more easily outside. She shepherds you through some nearby double doors, the space between blasting you with air to clean away the dust. You find yourself in a sparse room, racks of unfamiliar tools on the wall, slit-like windows looking out in the amber dust storm. This is just the beginning for us. Aki has slipped off her mask, and her voice is crisp and bright above the rumbling of the air recyclers. The steppe silk is already being harvested, retted, and woven. This is no synthetic fiber from the dark side looms. This is a natural fiber out here in this unnatural place. Aki brushes a little dust away. We will trade it and get what Greenbelt needs to stay stable to feed its people. I am the administrator, but the workers are the owners here, and we will make a future for ourselves from our work, Aki shrugs. We want to control our path. What more could we want? Silence falls in the room. The idea of such a future is so desirable that it is almost painful, an idea that haunts you. You can spend as much time here as you like, Aki breathes the silence, somehow unaware of your thoughts. I find the noise soothes me. You know what? Thank you. Aki bows gently. Aki pauses. There's something you want to ask me, she smiles. I can see it right there on the tip of your tongue. I'll explain. Aki listens carefully as you talk about the refugees in the far spindle, and the possibility of setting up a mutual relationship between them and Greenbelt. The far spindle is a long way from here, she sighs. Come, find me in my unit later. We can discuss more then. We leave Aki in her dust house, surrounded by the landscape of her home world, one of many creatures born on that parched moon that is in the process of transforming into something new. There we go, we got a major upgrade in 2 points. Aki's unit, okay. Aki's working her unit now. The steppe silk established and Greenbelt stable. It seems like the right time to bring her Nimbus spores. Yep. We'll do that right now. I just took my dog for a walk and it's tick season, so I get scared and I have a tick on me. Also, I should have had myself eat some food. I'm starving. In-game. I'm talking about. Come in. The door of Aki's unit slides open and you see her perched at a terminal, her face pale in the blue light of the screen. You've not seen her in this setting before. She seems paler, older when she isn't surrounded by the soft light of the biomes. Just one moment, her eyes do not leave the screen. She leans in closer, squinting at some detail. With the sense this is her least favorite part of her administrative position. She sighs and looks up. Done. Immediately, her eyes are drawn to the crate you carry. What have you brought me? A gift. You raise your eyebrows. From who? Let me see. As she unlocks the worn catches... As she unlocks the worn catches on the crate, she explains about Nemba and his work to feed the refugees in the underhang. I'm not sure Aki's listening though. She seems too eager to see inside the crate. Aki manages to get the lid open and lifts a dented canister out of the inside. She turns it, peering through the small windows at the dusty-looking translucent sheet curled inside. Spore prints. I think you told me that you'd give it to her after I explain the situation, but you know what? Whatever. She looks at you. This is quite a gift from this Nemba, you said. She carefully slats the canister away. We will make good use of these. Tunnels under Greenbelt will make an excellent mushroom garden, she smiles to herself. I was lucky enough to be taught how to tend mushrooms by a true expert. Who's that? Someone from my journey here, a botanist on Erland's Eye. She was very kind to us, Aki smiles. She would have liked to meet you. I would like to meet Nemba. Perhaps we can find some commonality. She glances over her shoulder at the terminal. I can't leave Greenbelt, not now. She looks at you sheepishly. I am a little nervous to ask this of you, given your ferrying back and forth of messages and deliveries, but would you bring Nemba here so we can speak? Sure, whatever. I hope that would be the case. A shrill beat begins emanating from Aki's terminal. She smiles. The Weavers, I need to speak to them. You make your way out of the unit as Aki takes a deep breath, then accepts the incoming transmission. One more run from Greenbelt to the far spindle and back. At least you aren't carrying spores this time. Okay, let's make sure we eat before we leave. That's fine. Let's also just use all the energy we have here. Actually, we can't. There's nothing to do here. Okay, well, we just leave then. Oh wait, we need to buy fuel. Oh, this expensive trip. And unfortunately I have to go, I can't go straight through, I have to go up to the healing gate first. Just some scrap maybe. Shit. Can't push, I need more fuel to get back. Oh, rig cargo. Iron caps. Fungus farmer. Turns out that turning a cargo bag into a mushroom farm is more work than you thought. This will take a while. Oh shit, I didn't know how to do this. Okay. Well, unfortunately I need the end cycle here anyway, because I don't have enough fuel to leave. Okay, let's just make sure we get the fuel first and foremost. I think that's enough fuel to leave. Let's just double check. It's 4. Okay, so it is. Let's just use the rest of these dice on doing the mushrooms. Because we might as well. I don't know what the negative outcome of this would do. I just lose energy and it's fine. Let's go back. We'll do the mushroom farm, don't you worry. Okay. What is this? Oh, I need fuel. Okay. Let's buy some fuel then. Also, let's buy some food. We're like $100 now. Hopefully we can just get 2 positives here and be done with it. 1 more positive. Ah, drone. Okay. There we go, we got it. So it says in 3 cycles that mushrooms will be ready. Okay. Let's talk to you. Okay. He says he was fun. He gradually doing something at the meeting. Okay, anyways, we got him here. Hockey comes to need. Also, it's cheaper to pay 10 fuel there than to pay they get fuel to go actual travel. I believe it costs more than 10 fuel to go between here and this normally, so a Greenbelt and Spindleport. Aki comes to meet Nemba at the entrance to Greenfields. You can tell she's in full administrator mode. Her bows are precise, her words carefully chosen, but her manner is not without its distinctive warmth. Nemba responds in kind, taking a diplomatic tone, but with a wider grin for her benefit. As Aki provides the tour, you watch them from one of the bridges, their conversation muffled by the greenery all around. They both look at home amongst the growing things, hands reaching out to touch stray leaves, faces dappled with sunlight. When Nemba returns afterwards, you aren't surprised to see him pleased. Plans are in motion, sleeper. Nemba smiles for a moment and then catches himself. Optimistically plans, so what did you negotiate? It is, I hope, a mutually useful agreement. She graciously offered a regular supply of stepsilk cloth for clothing and construction of shelters in the bay of the underhang. We are also going to see about settling people here in Greenbelt to work with the farmers. And besides, it is always a little strange to talk like this about the lives of people who have been exposed to so much suffering, but we do them no benefit to couch our words in platitude. Nemba looks out at the green fields. Aki understands that. She is a refugee herself. She fled her moon many cycles ago. Nemba squints. We share that as well. You fled the war? I did. Does that change how you see me? Nemba sighs. Would it have made you treat me differently? He sniffs. Sorry, I'm being unfair. And shit, what? I just asked if you were. I didn't mean that I think of you less or more. What? I just find there's an expectation that if I am a refugee, I must be desperate. I must beg for aid, show my suffering. Nemba folds his arms. I prefer to make plain requests, or even better, strong demands. Feeling of the back and forth journeys made for both Aki and Nemba, and the aid that was asked of you, would you have done the same if requests hadn't been so strong, the demand so obvious? Speaking to Aki, I could see she has experienced the same treatment, though I think she is less hardened by it. We both have our own reasons to do what we do, for why we enjoy it in our own ways. We don't need to explain ourselves to others. Nemba looks over his glasses at you. I am glad to have met her. Thank you for your part in it. So what now? I will stay a little longer. Aki has promised to send me back to the far spindle with the first shipment of fabric. I will then gather those who wish to come here and send them back in the same freighter. He smiles warmly at the view of the green fields. The exchange begins. The work never ends. You say your goodbyes and leave Nemba on the ship, enjoying the dappled light. After all, the shuttling of spores across the belt, you finally have a clear view of Aki and Nemba in their response to their own hardship. They are not saints acting from a position of purity, but pragmatists who are with an intent to change those things that once marked them. The future they will build together is one you are eager to see. Oh, well, that was actually pretty easy. I'm gonna be honest with you because we already did Aki's questline. So we only have 2 things left. We got 5 points, by the way, so we can upgrade another one. I'm gonna upgrade. I think I want to do Endure. Okay, while we're here, no, none of this is broken. We're not stressed. And there's no work we can do here either. Other than we need to buy fuel. We get scammed. This fuel here is cheap. It's only 30 for a full tank. Okay, well, we are starting to get poor. Okay, so let's go to the hollow. We're not gonna pay for fuel until like we need to. Sleeper, Eugen takes you aside. I'm going to head into the Radius Markets to find my contact, the one with the data on the Aphelion. You should come with. 2 sets of eyes are better than 1, he smiles. Who's this contact anyway? You know how it is. A man never reveals his contacts, Eugen winks. He's just an old friend. One I've traded favors with a few times, and who has a good nose for data trails. The trails run cold quickly, so we should get on his. Eugen grins and heads for the airlock. You watch him go, unsure what his swagger might hide. But you've come this far with him. Maybe it's time to see what this all leads. Okay. So, new place. We are at the Hollow. So, the Radius Markets. Ask around. The market has plenty of stalls and the regulars. One of them must know something about Eugen's contact. Watch the markets. The bustling of the markets look like chaos, but over time, you might be able to notice the patterns and spot Eugen's missing contact. The Hollow Core. Explore the axis. While the shell is mostly housing and infrastructure, the Hollow's axis where traders, spacers, and scavengers dock and meet. Intercept signals. The local bounce signals off the inside of Hollow's shell, from pirate's radio to shop adverts. Tuning in might teach you something. She got a lot of rolls. New location discovered. Let's do this one first. And now it's not the one with the contact. Just get neutral, please. Don't get negative. Alright, good. We found everything then. Look at all these new locations. We got Bella's Jetty. Buy a meal, buy supplies, fill supplies. Signal ship. Interpret signals. This signal ship gathers broad spectrum signals from across the debris fields. Sorting them is too much work for just the crew. We can also sell Solheim data. I actually have a lot, so maybe we sell some. 8 cryo. It says they'd sell them over a lot, bro. That's like nothing. 8. In order to collect signals, must interface with the Hall's decaying Solheim arrays. This is specialist work. I need more money anyway, so I'm gonna just sell these. So I don't know what to do with these process scrap. Where do I sell this? I have 5 process scrap debris dealers. Oh, here. Okay, that answers my question. The Hollow have plenty of scrap material around, but high quality process plate is of significant value here. Well, I have 5 of them, and I have no use for them elsewhere. 30. Okay, there we go. Holy shit. That's $150. Or 150 cryo. Please, you can have all of it. All of it. I've had no use of it. $40 for a full. Okay, so the tank here is a little bit more expensive, but okay. Starward pole. Help of repairs. Oh, the signaling station and the pole is paying a small fee to anyone who helps seal up the damage sustained in a recent explosion. The Conway aftermath. You have heard that a drifting Conway musician may have been responsible for the damage to the pole, but is that just a rumor? Okay, so we gotta help with this. Okay, noted. First off, gotta end cycle because by the way, are we free from the hunt? Because I haven't seen the hunt signal like in a long time. And that's fine by me, by the way. Oh, I'm an engineer, so I get +2. I put it both in. These are positive. The 4s. Yeah, 5 prime as well. You know what? That's fine. Okay, let's see what's going on here. What do you mean, fried, Kimball? Our station depends on that array. Voice echoes out of one of the Sunward's pole's cramped bays, tucked up in the ceiling of the hollow. Though you are tired from a shift spent sealing leaks in this shattered section of the station, you still can't help but listen in. I have been patient, Kimball, but now with the repairs almost done, you're telling me we can't broadcast anyway? The voice comes from a doorway nearby, and as you float past, you glance inside. You see a woman facing away, addressing the back of a man half buried in the guts of some complex machine. I'm sorry, Kimball, she concludes. That just feels malicious. Man, presumably Kimball, mumbles something in response, though you do not catch it through the wires and mechanisms that surround him. The woman quickly turns and spots you peering through. Oh, peering in the door. We're eavesdropping. We're caught. Gives you a curious look. Oh, she quickly smiles. Hello. She closes the distance. I'm Cyrene. She offers you a hand. I've seen you working on the repair. She tilts her head. We appreciate your efforts. You know what? I'm happy to help. Cyrene looks over her shoulder at Kimball and then back at you. How do you feel? She pauses, calculating. About the war in the inner system. I mean, I don't really know much about it. Is the truth, actually. I generally don't know much about it. I'm not surprised. She leans in a little. That's how they want it to be. Did you know that the Senate stat has already started shipbuilding at Sinza? Cyrene watches you in response. I don't know any of these words. I don't know what Sinza or Senate stat is. Senate stat? You're kidding me, right? The corporation that started up the Kane channel at the heart of the system triggered the war in Conway. She commits back at Kimball. You hearing this? You hear a grunt from Kimball, his head still buried in the machine's inwards. It is unclear if it is in reference to what was said, or if it's just the sound of repairs going poorly. We, Cyrene places a hand on her chest, are the Helian Dispatches, the only pirate radio station in the Starward Belt. She lifts her chins proudly. We keep the system up to date on shifts in the system's power structures and the ongoing corporate war, all through the voices of the Helian system's own residents. Kimball grunts again, and a shower of sparks bursts from the machine behind Cyrene. Or at least we did, before our transmitter got fried. Cyrene looks suddenly crestfallen. What happened? All the repair work you've been giving your time to, that was all caused by a convoy autonomous munition trained on our scent. Cyrene's eyes flash from anger. A mumble comes from Kimball as he pushes a handful of wiring out of his way. I do know that for sure, Kimball. Why else would it come so deep into the belt to hit the hollow at our broadcast site? Cyrene turns back, hands on hip. Kimball responds with a shrug. Either way, straight after that attack, we found our gear had been tampered with for sabotage, Kimball grunts. Yes, Kimball, or just looted. Either way, we are now quiet, and when we are quiet, the war continues unobserved. Cyrene folds her arms and looks away defeated. Look, my crew's looking for work. I'm sure you are, same as any other crew in the belt. But trust me when I say pirate radio does not pay, Cyrene sighs. Look, we need a new broadcast array, a better broadcast array. Cyrene glances over her shoulder. We don't have the reach we'd like. Where you get one, that's another problem. We're talking pre-collapse tech here. It's not something we could just build ourselves. Kimball mutters something from the depths of the machine. Yeah, Holmes Rock isn't a bad idea, Cyrene replies. It used to be a relay station for Solheim, so it stands to reason they'd have arrays. Oh my gosh, we were just there. And then there's a terminal there. Kimball's been bugging me to dig out some engine components for him to crack open and use in his repairs. God knows what kind of repairs he needs those for. That's what he says. Cyrene looks over her shoulder at Kimball, but receives no response. You both stare at his broad shoulders for a moment as a thin trail of smoke begins to emerge from the machine. Now, maybe we can do a little fundraising here on the Hollow. What we can get, we'll happily hand over. Cyrene shakes her head. I'm telling you, it won't be a lot. I'll see what I can do. We'd appreciate it. Hell, the people of the Helian system would appreciate it. She glances over her shoulder. I think Kimball would appreciate it too. Leave Cyrene and Kimball to their repairs, making note of the engine components and the wide bay array they will need to get back in the air. It's hard to tell if the job will be worth your time, but then again, as someone as knowledgeable as Cyrene, it might be a useful asset. Is this a minor or major mission? Minor. Okay, well, we'll do that after we're doing this part first, okay? So let's, end the cycle. And let's do this. Let's look for the contact. Please be positive. It is, The radius markets surround you in Union. Much of the architecture of the Starward Belt is built on a Solheim foundation. As a corporation from the core, Solheim structures tend towards cardinal directions, towards respecting gravity in a place where it has little effect. But the radius markets have no such bias and no singular direction. Instead, the stalls and shops, built from scrap frame and hull plate, project outwards from all 8 of the surrounding walls. The effect is overwhelming, with activity and interest in all directions. Between the windows that open to faint stars, scrap dealers, street food vendors, data fences, and tailors compete for the attention of the stream of customers drifting around you. Sleeper, Yunchin draws close to get your attention, his voice barely raised. Take a look. He jerks his head, motioning down the market. You refocus your attention, your eyes drawn to a group of dark-suited spacers with shaved heads. 5 of them gathered around another retreating figure. The spacers are noticeably distinct from the rest of the crowd. Their tight and complex suits kept in pristine condition, all this in the same design, a rarity amidst the Starward Belt's ramshackle fashions. You see one of them is, what's this? Gesticulating aggressively, chopping the air with his hand. Yunjin nudges you again. Not the singers, you glance at him, unsure of that term. The one they are threatening. The singers? What is like the name of the mob? Or the mafia? I have no idea. Yunjin starts to move forward, his eyes fixed on the group. That's my contact. Oh shit, the one the bald people are harassing. We turn back to the group. The singers, as Yunjin called them, and see they are rounding on the figure now. Their body language is clear. To what they come to blows. Oh shit, they're about to beat him up. Yunjin clearly sees the shift too. Before he can say a word, he is off, gliding hard through the clouds towards them. You give chase without thinking, kicking off the nearest strut and angling yourself through the center void of the market behind Yunjin. Yunjin doesn't stop. He barrels straight into the singers, sending two of them spinning into the crowd to a chorus of shouts and protests. I'll try to calm the situation because it's my best bet. Yes, positive outcome, nice. Minus stress. Well, I didn't have any stress in the first place, so... Honestly, I haven't found stress to be a really big issue in this game, other than when you do contracts. You hold out your arms and try to talk them down, calling to Yunjin. The singers gather around you. They don't start throwing punches yet. One of them come forward, meeting your eye. You hear one of the others call him Peter. Their leader, perhaps? I know it's not spelled Peter with an ER, but it could be maybe Petra. Maybe it's more like Petra, but there's no A. Petra. Just call it Peter. This idiot with you, Peter nods towards Yunjin, who's wrestling with one of the crew. He whistles and the singer disengages and moves away. Yeah. Can you ask him to calm down, please? See Peter's hand is resting on a dark shape at his hip. So, Peter looks between the two of you. You have a reason for interrupting my business. He gestures around, and while some people have moved on, a few are hanging back to watch what comes next. You're about to jump my friend, Yunjin nods at the contact, who is quietly watching with a concerned face on him. The common sense a small rumble of conversation around the remaining crowd. It seems the singers aren't so popular here. I think you misunderstood. We were simply asking for information. He shoots a sharp smile at the contact. I think Luis has told you everything he is happy to share. Yunjin shoots a glare at his contact, who nods sheepishly. Peter looks between all of you and then surveys the crowd. One of the singers starts to interrupt, but Peter raises a hand to silence them. See you around then, he smiles. A sharp smile at Yunjin and leads the other singers away into the crowd, which parts slightly as they enter it. Luis, Yunjin rounds on the smaller figure. How about not here? Luis interrupts. He sighs. Come with me. Luis leads you away from the open market, most of the crowd having dispersed into a small passageway. He finds a hatch, opens it, and beckons you both through before slipping inside, closing it behind him, or behind you. So, what business did you have with the singers? Yunjin perches on a stool in the small workshop, picking up a tool from the mag strip above the bench and turning it over in his hands. Singers, is that what you call them? Luis looks nervous. First I've known of them is when they turned up a few cycles back and started pressing me for info. I've run into some singers before, not these ones, but they all dress the same. Yunjin glances between you and Luis. They are refugees out of Ember's song, one of the moons of that gas giant in the inner system. Their moon is a volcanic hellhole, so while these guys are refugees, fleeing the war like most, they tend to be tough as hell, and aren't used to being told no. That part checks out. Luis smiles a weak smile. They've been pressing me for data for cycles ever since they showed up. My data. Yunjin clicks the tool back on the mag strip and fixes Luis with a hard stare. You've been shopping it around then, trying to drive a bidding war? Luis holds up his hands. No, nothing like that. He's afraid of Yunjin, and you worry why that might be. I just wanted to verify the data. I asked around, so when I showed it to, well, they mentioned a fraction drive. Of course, this guy. Oh no. Seeing Yunjin bristling with anger, Luis keeps talking, speeding up. That was all, but a couple of cycles later, these singers, as you call them, started showing up, and I had to hide myself away. Had to run a data business. Oh, hard to run a data business when you can't even go out to meet your clients. So where's the data now? Luis turns to you, seemingly glad not to have to look at the angry Yunjin. I have it, don't you worry, Luis smiles. And it comes with a hell of a story. The friend I showed it to, he told me he's heard about that ship before, mostly what he thought were rumors about a fraction drive ship. Apparently, when Solheim collapsed, there was a struggle over who got to take it. Two execs from the old corporate hierarchy wanted it, and some of their underlings found out about it too. Those wrecks you visited, that was the site of a battle over the thing. The ship was a hot ticket even then. You think back to the twisted and blasted remains of the ships, the wreckage strewn across the asteroid. Wonder how many died to try to get the Athelian path in this golden drive. Seems like both the execs got spaced, but someone came back later, slipped the ship out of the wreck that was carrying it. Here's the funny thing, rather than use it, they dismantled it, took the ship apart here at the Hollow. There's probably strut work from the Athelian path in this very station. Luis looks around at the salvage compartment you were all inside. So it's just gone. Not quite, Luis smiles, enjoying telling the story now. No one's stupid enough to dismantle an Stellarian drive. The story goes that they buried it on a rock out in the shoals, totally unmarked. With thousands of rocks out there, they could leave it as long as they wanted and come back when they're ready. Thing is, they never came back. Yunjin finished the sentence, his anger fading now. Bingo. Luis grins as he holds up a thumb drive, and I got the coordinates of the beacon that will lead you there. Yunjin snatches it from his hands. Should have led with that. Luis sighs deeply. That's just the start of the trail, no doubt, but I'll get you there if you manage to follow it. Luis nods at you and goes to leave, his hands immediately on the container hatch. Hey, Luis rushes up. Aren't you gonna pay for that? Not after you leaked that the fraction drive exists to your friend, the singers, and anyone else who's looking, no. Yunjin pulls the door open. Keep it quiet next time. Luis turns to you. Come on, friend. The singers chase away my clients. He shows you an upturned thumb. 50 crown for the effort, or just whatever you have. I'll take it. I'm desperate. We should pay him for it, though. He did do the work for it. Right. The huge paranoia of ticks will pay him. You pass him a stack of chits and he claps your hand. I appreciate it. He looks over your shoulder to see if Yunjin is still there. Hey look, be careful with that one, alright? He's not to be trusted. You turn and Yunjin is already gone. You follow him out of the container. Time to go find a fraction drive. Minus 50 chits. Oh. Well, we can repair the transmission, and no, we can't. Those are different parts. Oh, engine components. Oh, I have a bunch of engine components. Okay, yeah, I can repair that. Okay, I don't have the array. So we're gonna do the array first because it's a minor mission. Part of me thinks that the ending of the game will be once we do this one. If we find this drive, then we'll leave the system for good, right? So... Get the array from Holmes Rock. Oh, yeah, the guy here can. Okay, we need to go buy fuel. Okay, since the fuel's cheaper at Green Bay, we'll go for Greenbelt. We'll buy more from there. It's only 30 to fill up there. Oh, are our mushrooms done? Yeah. Oh, I gotta harvest them. Okay, well, we only need one supply right now. There's no work to be done here, unfortunately. See, it's only 24 for fuel here. It's quite good. do our... Okay, well, no, we'll get some scrap. First, we'll get gas. I'd rather process the scrap. Let's go. Okay, we're going here. The rig glides safely through a debris cloud, the cockpit empty apart from you and Seraphim. So, Sleeper, I've been thinking. Seraphim gives you a sly look over his shoulder. I've been thinking. I'm sick of running. I mean, me too. I mean, even if we want to keep going the way we have been, we've run out of belt. Beyond Wellspring, it's mostly rocks and emaciated scavengers, and, well, I'm a city boy at heart. But not only that, Seraphim meets your eyes. We've been building something here, Sleeper. The crew, the ship. He smiles. How we just got this nav suit for free. He thumps the unit on top of his flight console. Yeah, well, that was quite nice. And also, I'm not a city person. I'm more of a country / suburban person. What I'm asking is, how do you feel about taking Lane on? What? You want to go to war with Utsubo? Not war, he smiles, but something else. You've seen what's happening in Wellspring, what Tal is doing. He shakes his head. Kirk is a fool, but he's onto something. Get on the inside, organize, undermine. That I can get on board with. You've changed, Seraphim shrugs. Maybe I have, he winks. Maybe I'm just bored of hiding out on the edge of everything. Just think about it, Sleeper. We find a way back onto Darkside quietly. We make some connections. We start something running. He turns back to his console. It'd be one hell of a thing. Utsubo are ruthless. The way they run the dark side. Oh no, Darkside didn't explode. It was some other place. I forget the name of it. There gotta be plenty of people fed up with them, Seraphim shrugs, and they've gotten worse under Lane. Worse since they pushed the other gangs out. You smile and shake your head at how fast Seraphim can bounce back when he wants to. As you do, you can't help but consider his plan. Look, maybe it's crazy, but we need a safe harbor either way. I've got a connection in the scatter yards. He'll tuck us away, keep us quiet from everyone. You see Seraphim has his coin in his hand and is turning it over between his fingers as he speaks. If we want, maybe he can help us get into Darkside. But if we don't, it's a good place to rest up and make a plan. Well, I'm going to scatter yard eventually, okay? He turns back to the controls to deal with a rapid beep from the new HasNav suit. The scatter yards, you've heard of them. They have a reputation as a fiercely independent set of shipyards, just starward of Darkside, a hiding place right under Lane's nose. If you've got things to do elsewhere first, go ahead, but the moment we are back in the wash, Lane will be looking for us. Chevron turns his focus back to piloting the ship. As you watch the flip past the ship, you turn your focus to what's ahead. New drive available. New mission. I saw it. Seraphim comes charging into the bunks. I actually saw it. He is wild-eyed and his breath is ragged. Saw what? Seraphim takes a moment to catch his breath, suddenly aware of how frantic he sounds. He squints at you. Have you noticed how supplies have been going missing every so often when we travel? No, I have, actually. You suddenly recall a mysterious mess that was left behind in supply storage. Seraphim sees a flicker of recognition in your eyes. So, after it happened a couple of times, I decided to keep an eye on our supply storage. Seraphim lowers his voice. You know, check it from time to time. And just the cycle, I drifted down there really quietly. Real quiet. He leans in and whoosh. Something flew past me. He shakes his head. It knocked me right into the wall. Did you get a look at it? Seraphim sighs. It didn't hang around, but it was definitely some kind of creature. Is there really a creature loose on the ship? You look around the berth, suddenly aware that something could be hiding nearby, tucked into the vents perhaps? You know this thing likes supplies, right? Seraphim is also glancing around for hiding places, so we lock them down tighter and keep it out. That way, it'll get desperate. And then Seraphim raises a finger. I'll make a mistake. What are you talking about? Bliss leans in the corridor. You're all the way in the workshop. There's a creature on the ship. Seraphim looks between the two of you with a raised eyebrow. A creature? Are you sure? It's something small and dark, something fast. Seraphim looks at Bliss. We are going to lock it up. The supplies to drive it out. Seraphim looks at Bliss looks at Seraphim. If it's an animal, we don't want to make it any more scared and desperate than it already is. How about we lock up the supplies, but leave some out in a special place, try to bait it, and then grab it. Seraphim mimes the action. No, Seraphim. No. Bliss looks between the two of you. We show it that it has nothing to fear. We tame it. It didn't seem very tameable. Seraphim rubs his sore ribs. Plus, we already wasted enough supplies on this thing. You want to give it more? Seraphim looks at you. What do you think, Sleeper? You look between the two of you, still processing the strange situation you find yourself. Now let's try to tame it. I think I got a little bit spoiled with it because there's like some news posted in the game. And I think I saw something about what this is, but I think it is. I won't say what it is for you guys, but we're gonna try and tame it. What a waste, Seraphim's eyes. Alright, Bliss nods. You'll have to come down to the supply store every few cycles and put out some more food. That way, and we'll get desperate and do anything dangerous. And I'll lock the supplies up tight, Seraphim folds his arms. I won't get into them anymore. The plan's set. Bliss and Seraphim leave the berth, heading in desperate directions. You watch them go. It seems your ship has a stowaway. The question is, how will you deal with it? Oh, the rig. Oh, the hunt's back, by the way. Man, I haven't seen the hunt in a while. There, we'll put a 4 on it. Nice. You put supplies in special gear. How long is it going to need to do this? Everyone wants to provoke the stowaway into realizing itself. If it gets hungry enough, I might do that. I mean, I can... Okay, we'll just leave that as is. Okay. Oh, there's the old relay. Feels kind of expensive here. Sun catchers. Sell raw scrap. We're gonna turn raw scrap into processed scrap. That's the best place to do. Fix broken arrays. Okay, let's just do this old relay. Disengage systems. The arrays in the relay are hooked up to to the old terminals. Safely disengaging these will allow clean extraction and cut connections. Within the relay, there are multiple arrays that Kimball could use. You need to find and cut out the best one. Well, I can do this, so... Oh, sell engine components. Not the best view of these valuable items. 25 is penance, but Sal will broke a sale to a passing crew that need a repair. Well, what else do I do with the engine components? I'll sell one, because we're kind of running low. Oh, shit. Yeah, what's this do again? We get a rare component. I guess that means we never have to buy food again. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, I should just use the supplies we have from the mushrooms, and then it does cost energy instead. Oh, I have to keep doing this every day to tame it. Okay, that's fine. Just to lower this clock. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. The hunt is back. So back here we go. Uh-oh. It was supposed to relay recycling. Oh, why is that one? Okay. Also, I actually need good dice here. Okay. We got it. Here it is. Wide beam array, powerful Solheim communication array from Holmes Rock. Okay, we got it. Very nice. I do need to buy fuel. Just lost energy. Well, okay. We buy. How much fuel do we need to? Let's just. Because we can't go here, we need 12. So 6 we need. So let's just buy 4. Oh, we do need to just fill it up actually. Does it need enough energy to actually get going where we need to go? Let's actually stay here 1 extra day, and then we'll go. It's fine. That's fine. Let's just do some work here. Heat cryo. I didn't know this gives you energy. That's fine. And now let's just go. Okay. You don't want to like starve it out. We want to try to tame it, so I put food out for it every day. Okay. Here, unfortunately, we do need a little bit of fuel. Okay, that's enough. Yeah, let's just do a little bit of data scrapping. Not really the best. See, it costs us kind of waste scrap. Risky. We just lose energy. Okay, well. Let's go back to here. We don't have enough fuel. It's 7. That's my bad. I didn't know it was 7. I just realized we have a little bit of stress, interestingly. Get a little bit more fuel. See if we can get some scrap. Okay, nice. Let's just leave. I don't need the 1 die, it's fine. Let's fully fill up here, because this is the cheapest place from my understanding. Oh, Sleeper, you hear Bliss's voice hiss as you pass through the rig's central corridor. You have to come see this. You follow their voice and find them floating outside the supply room, looking in. Bliss holds a finger to their lips and nods inside. Quietly, she's eating. Oh, look at it, it's a little kitty. Oh, little like patched arm. You look inside and see a cat floating just inside, batting at a food pouch. The stray barely acknowledges your and Bliss's presence. Instead, angles its body to catch the droplets of liquid that are released from the transparent packet. Looks like we found our stowaway, Bliss smiles at you. Hey there, girl, Bliss whispers at the stray, beckoning. They hold up their hands so the cat can see them. Not here to take away those rations away, right? You both watch as the stray suddenly kicks away, twisting balletically through the air and glides past you both out of the supply room, catches one of the corridor's ribs, swinging itself to the wall where it perches and watches Bliss with big eyes. The comfort of its movement and zero-G is striking, and you realize you have never seen an animal navigate in microgravity before. You hear a sound and turn to find Seraphim arriving from the direction of the engine room. He stops dead in his tracks against the wall, staring at the stray. What the hell is that? Seraphim hisses his question both at you. It's a cat. What's a cat? Seraphim says in the words strangely. Careful there, Bliss holds up a hand to her Seraphim. Don't scare her. So that's a cat. Seraphim is watching the stray carefully, either fascinated or scared. It's hard to tell. I thought it would be bigger. You've never seen a cat before? Where would I have seen a cat? Seraphim looks at you. Come to think of it, where have you seen a cat? The question makes you pause. Where have you seen a cat? Not in the belt, not in zero-G. Close your eyes and bring to mind the faint image of a cat stretching in the sun. Somewhere warm, somewhere with weight, with gravity. You touch the fur on its back and it reacts, sliding against your hand. Careful, Seraphim. Seraphim's hiss warning brings you back. Bliss is reaching out to the stray. Shh, you'll scare her. Bliss makes you a tutting sound. We had cats back on the eye, but they were in spin gravity there. The stray's big eyes watch Bliss's hand as it approaches. When they touch the top of her head, the stray does not move, it does not react. Look at her leg, Bliss nods to the sleeve on the cat. She's been hurt before and taken care of. She's really scared. See, the cat is gently trembling with Bliss's touch, but slowly she settles and angles her head for Bliss to scratch her ear. The movement brings back the mysterious memory. What is its origin? Focusing on it makes your skin tremble, a shiver running up your arms. It's been breaking into our supplies. Seraphim has his arms folded and is looking at Bliss. Now we've caught it, we should let it out. Look at her, she's not going to do that again. Bliss's eyes meet the stray's. You aren't going to do that as long as we feed you, right? That may be true, but we can't risk it happening again. But if we'd been on a contract, Seraphim gives Bliss a reproachful look. We can't keep it. Bliss shakes their head. She's a stray, she needs a home, right, Sleeper? She looks at you. Come on, we're keeping it. Keeping her. Bliss smiles widely, unable to contain their excitement. You won't regret it. They look at Seraphim. Plus, the rig is already full of strays as is. I mean, that's kind of true. I guess it is, Seraphim concedes. You have to feed her though, Sleeper. She's your responsibility. He eyes the stray. I've never thought a cat could eat so much. Seraphim's right. Looks like you'll need to keep feeding the stray every few cycles if you want her to stick around. This is gonna be expensive. You'll get used to her. Seraphim reaches out sheepishly towards the stray. As he does, the cat bats playfully at his hand and he pulls it away. If you say so, he sighs. I'm not really used to animals. You watch as Bliss tries to get Seraphim to pet the stray properly, rounding his hand to its ears for a scratch, and explaining how to approach her. As you do, the memory of that other cat runs through your mind. It feels like a raw wound, one that, if you touch it, will only bring pain. But you can't help but pick at it, knowing that it might contain some distant part of you. There we go. Made a home for a stowaway. Achievement. Interspecies solidarity. Let's fill up here. And... oh, we're starving. Okay. Do I have to feed the stray every time? I have no idea. We should have like a timer for how often I need to feed it. But I'll just feed it every day, I guess. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do here other than buy food. And supplies. I don't know where I could process scrap. Yeah, we're gonna do an extra trip for some money. And so I kind of wasted it. I should have just put this far spindle. That's where I think I can get it anyway. Let's get more fuel. We're gonna mine as much scrap as we can here. Sure, we'll just get a little bit more fuel. Save us a bit of money. And then let's just get some more scrap. Of course. Let's go to the rig. And then let's go to the map. It's here. Oh, one of our things broke. God damn it, I'm stressed. Okay, I'll have to remove the stress. Let me just see if it's here, if I remembered correctly. This is the single station. Is it here? Yes, it is. Process scrap. Okay. There we go. We actually make 37 per one, which is quite, well, it's 2 technically. Positive outcome 14. Let's go to our ship. the cat. Hey, that's fine. Oh shit, I wanted the rest so I don't break it. That's my bad. I'm gonna roll one last. Actually, I should have prepared it before. Oh! You wake to something soft and furry rubbing against your nose. You sit bolt upright. The stray kicks off from your bunk and settles on the ceiling, back curled up. Ooh, back curled up, looking down at you accusingly with those big eyes. Sorry. The stray gently pushes off the ceiling with a soft paw and descends to the edge of your bunk, where it hooks its front claws into the mattress pad. Seeing the cat move in zero G is still odd. It seems to come naturally to it, and yet its shape is so connected to gravity and weight in your mind. A cat should have the heavy, soft form of a mammal, not the languished liquid presence of the floating thing in front of you. The stray uses its hooked claws to twist and spin itself, so it softly slides against you with its back, rubbing against your arm and purring. You know what it wants. I scratch the ears. Scratch behind the stray's pointed ears, and the cat pushes its head back against your hand. The stray closes its eyes and purrs. It's funny to think how the stray got out here, perhaps on a ship from the inner system, slipping on it at the Eye or Sintra, and before that, its ancestors were perhaps carried out to Helium by Solheim executives who had the power and arrogance to bring a cat into space. This cat, the one on your ship, was born here, that much is obvious. It is a creature of zero gravity, a being that orbits and glides, not one that leaps and stalks. It pats at your hand, encouraging you to continue petting. It is an animal that is part of the crew now. You can't imagine the rig without her. As you look down at the stray, as nameless and inhuman as you are, the memory returns. The warmth of atmosphere, filtered sun, the weight of flesh and fur, the smell of growing things. You know now what this memory is. It couldn't be more obvious. It's a memory that crossed the gap of your creation. The memory from the mind that was copied, emulated to make your own. It's part of you. This memory is, in the end, a mistake. Those who designed the sleepers never intended to carry the memories of the minds that were copied for your creation. They wanted to emerge as new beings, offshoots from the branch of a human's life, be cut short where needed. But mistakes can so often become the most powerful and meaningful of emblems. They can guide a being more strongly than any success ever could. That's because at the heart of every mistake is the possibility of change, of a shift in the status quo. You have lived a life of mistakes as much as a life of successes, and look where it has brought you. So you accept the memory, let it wash over you like the sun. You focus on the stray, and as you do, both memories combine. You're stroking both cats, separated by time and space, feeling both sets of sensation in double exposure. This doubling is what defines you. You are multiple, branched, diverse. You make no apologies for this, and you know that you will only accumulate more selves, more variants as you persist. You claim the mistake and the possibility it offers you. You settle in your berth, delaying the moment of waking, if greeting the cycle a little longer, sharing an unspoken solidarity with a stray that is more expansive than any words could capture. Oh. Anyways, I need to remove the stress ASAP. Okay. Oh, we need to upgrade the engine. Oh shit. Increase the ship's range, the engine will need an overhaul to squeeze more power. That means more components. Good. Oh shit, I didn't know this is what I needed. 8. Oh, that's why I sold 1. Shit. Where do I get more engine components? Oh no. We got a lot of rare components, by the way, so this is fine. Engineering skill expert. We're just gonna... Oh, this is scrap components. I thought it was raw scrap, my bad. I need to buy... How do I get more engine components? Yeah, I'm gonna cheat to look this up. I don't remember. Oh, it floats some. I need to go. Okay. Is it easy to go to float some? Let me check the map. Okay, let's go. We got the fuel here, so... It's you. A familiar voice echoes down the tunnel behind you. Oh, Femi. You turn into the passage to see Femi towering over you. He shakes his head. This just keeps getting better. Been a while, Femi. Yeah, I guess. He frowns and glances over his shoulder. Remember Nia? That sister of mine you thought you'd take on a contract? Well, she's taken some inspiration from your little trip. You could see anger burning in Femi's eyes, but there's a tiredness there too. He folds his arms across his broad chest. The symbol crash has been in repairs since we got out of Hexport. Oh, Hexport caught up. That was the one, not Darkside. Caught up in that whole mess Femi size. So then, stuck here, he gets bored and decides to sign up with another crew, take a job. I said no, but she went anyway, and Femi glanced at you. So what does that have to do with me? Nice attitude, Femi shakes his head. Asked around, turns out Nia signed on with some idiots heading to the cutter's edge. Femi says the name with an emphasis you can't place. They are as green as you, meaning they have no idea what they are doing going out to a place like that. So you, Femi jabs your chest with vigor, are going to take me out there to go get her. I'll show you the way. I mean, she's an adult, right? She can do whatever the hell she wants, but, sure. Okay. Taking some responsibility, Family Smiles, that's what I like to see. Look, I know how these things go. I've got chits I can pay. Funny grimaces. Can't pay for the parts the symbol crash needs when no one sells them anyway. 250 cryo. Oh, goddamn, that's a lot. In the meantime, I'm going to try to get the Timble crash ready to make the run herself, he sighs. But the shape she's in, it's not the best idea to head out there alone. You suddenly see the desperation in his eyes. You risk everything for Nia. I'll be waiting. We need to head out soon. Femi grips your shoulders. Don't test my patience. Femi kicks off and glides back around the passage towards his ship. And don't even think about skipping out a flotsam without me, he calls back to you. Then we're really done. Okay. We will do the contract. Symbol crash. Pride and joy. Femi's patience. Femi seems ready to take a crippled ship out to Cutter's Edge. Only you can save him from himself. Okay, well, I will make sure he doesn't do that. First off, we gotta buy fuel. 54. Bro, this shit's expensive. How do I even do a scrap components? 50 for engine components? I need 250 then. God damn. We got 8 cryo, but we did lose energy. That's okay. We got raw scrap from doing that. More money. Yeah, I'll keep that for now. $15 for supplies here. Okay, we'll just go do the mission then. Let me just do my stuff with my ship first and foremost. and grab this. And we're not stressed. Okay, let's just go then. We get 250 cryo, which is fine because we need to buy more engine components anyway. So we gotta... who should I take for this mission? It seems like he has the same priest as Yunjin. Should I take... Junie only has interface is the thing. You kind of risk taking her unless you like don't know like what they're doing. You know what, we're gonna take Junie. I'm kind of risking it doing this, but she's +1 in interface, which I don't have, and I have the engineering already. So I can do the stuff that Liz can do. What the hell is happening out there? Femi is up and out of his seat the moment Seraphim brings the rig to rest near the asteroid known as Cutter's Edge, or Cutter's End. That ominous name is one whose origin has become increasingly obvious as you approach through the thick clouds of debris and chunks of rock, among which corroded remains of wrecks could be seen floating. Now, as you look out on the splintered and terranced rock, you can't help but feel a slowly growing sense of dread. Look there, Femi comes close to the cockpit glass, points to the terranced quarry cut into the rock. The mind's awake. You look out to see the flickering lights, the glowing dock markers. Femi shakes his head. That's not right. Neither is that. Seraphim nods towards the asteroid, and you see a ship now, tucked into the shadow of the rock, flashing its signal light at you. I'm guessing that's the crew we're looking for. Visitors, huh? The voice wavers weakly as it comes through the ship's comms. Are you lot friendly? Seraphim glances back at you, raising his eyebrow. It isn't long before you and Femi are suiting up. An agreement having been made between Seraphim and the pilot of the other ship, a man called, it's not Baird, to meet in the neutral ground of open space. Femi is silent, his anger evident in the way he forces his legs into the trousers of his suit. And then you are out, the vast shape of Cutter's End flickering with strange lights below you, and the pinpricks of the pilot's suit lights slowly coming closer ahead. You two are a sight for sore eyes. You see a crooked grin from Baird, framed in the hard lines of his ramshackle spacesuit. What brings you to this arsehole of the starward belt? His sharp eyes scan you and Femi, checking your suit and gear. We're looking for someone. Baird's eyes flick to you, and you notice a familiar reaction cross his face. The acknowledgement that he recognizes you as a sleeper. You don't look like bounty hunters. Baird glances between the two of you and then smiles his crooked smile. Well, he kinda does. He nods at Femi. You brought a freelancer out here, Femi interrupts, his voice flat and direct over the comms channel. Nia, where is she? Baird pauses, considering his answer. Whole crew is down the throat of that thing. He jerks a thumb towards the asteroid. You're welcome to wait. The tone of his voice suggests the opposite. But I'll have you know we look after our crew, so if you're here to settle a debt... I'm here to take her home, Femi cuts him off, and I'm not waiting. Thing is, big man, Baird grins, they are deep in the quarry on a tip-off, so unless you want to go chasing them among the dark maze of that place, you're shit out of luck. How long have they been? Baird looks over at the flickering quarry as if he forgot it was there. He looks back at you. Few cycles, he shrugs. Enough. Femi cuts in again. He has been gone for a lot longer than that. You are lying to our faces. Femi moves closer to Baird, and we know that rock has claimed more crews than any other. Baird's smile fades. No need for accusations. Who's to say you aren't trying to jump our claim? Forget this. Femi turns and heads back towards the ship. Baird smiles at you. Big man seems tetchy. He squints at the rig. He's going to get you in trouble. Baird retreats to his ship, and you to yours. We need to go in. Femi is impatiently gathering tools and loading them into the airlock right now. What's Baird hiding? Who cares? These idiots clearly think they are onto something, and they are desperate to keep it to themselves. What matters is our ingress. Femi grabs a cutting torch from the rack. There's a borehole on this side of the rock. Could get us in under the radar, or we dive right down the main shaft. Femi meets your eyes. I'll leave the call to you. Junie arrives at the airlock and stares at Femi's angry tool gathering. We're going in then? She gives you a nervous glance. There's something wrong about that place, Sleeper. We need to be careful. You get ready to depart, well aware that you are heading into a situation you don't quite understand. Yeah. Well, borehole, alternative access. Map borehole. With careful scans and sensor arrays, the borehole can be mapped, allowing you to plot a path in the interior or spelunking. The borehole starts even-sided, but quickly bends and worms into the rock at strange angles. Navigation will be slow. I don't even really know what spelunking means. I just know it's a game's name. Spelunk. It's something with mining, I guess. Central shaft. Mining access. Cut a path. Rather than moving the massive rocks, cutting a sheer-sided passage through might make it for faster progress. Clear debris. The chunks of debris have collapsed inward, blocking the shaft needs to be removed and gain access. So I don't know if we have to do both of these, because you rolled poorly. I'd rather just do this one because I have engineer anyway. You have endure 50-50. What's a negative distress? A little bit of stress, yeah. Neutral outcome gives us stress, not the best. Okay, that gives us a lot of stress. This is positive outcome, so this should just reduce our stress. There we go. Nice. The push was good there. Shit. I don't want to use her rolls, they're quite bad. Let's push this one and then just reduce our stress by 2. There we go, so we won't break anymore. Okay, well, we got a path. You have felt the rumbling growing as you descended into Cutter's edge, and I said edge before its end, but no one has wanted to bring attention to it. Now, floating in a carnivorous rock-walled passage is impossible to ignore. Sleeper, Junie's voice crackles over the comms. I'm getting concerned. You squint down the tunnel beyond the limits of your suit's lights. You swear you see something flicker there in the unseen passages below or beyond. There's a strangeness to the mine, to its flashing lights and empty conveyors running on some residual power. But what Femi has told you, it wasn't always like this. Cutter's End has a fearsome reputation as a dark and deadly maze, a ripped open rock not worth the trouble of its corroded salvage. Now, it's a moving maze, its automated systems given a new, altering life, brought back from hundreds of cycles in the shadows. One of those systems is rumbling through the dark ahead. Let's keep it moving. Femi passes you in the passage. We don't need to wait. Look, just take it slow, Femi. We're too far behind. We need to catch up. Femi glides ahead. The beam of his suit lights, painting the rock walls of the cavern a pale gray. Look, if we take it fast, we risk getting ourselves injured, and we can't rescue anyone if we're injured ourselves. Femi's light reveal an intersection among another tunnel cutting across this one, offering 3 routes ahead. Suddenly, you're blinded by a wall of light beyond the intersection. The rumble is everywhere, shaking dust and rock off the walls in dense clouds. Squinting into the light, you see a ring of lamps, and between them, the grinding maw of some terrible machine bears down on the crew, grinding through the debris. Look for an escape. Oh, I'm always going to do the intuit option. Neutral. Not positive, unfortunately. Shield your eyes and scan the walls around you. There, revealed in the powerful lamps of the mining machine, see a small, square passage cut into the rock. Signaling the others, you dodge inside, gliding into the safety of the dark passage. A moment later, the machine rumbles past the entrance, spinning a hail of debris into the tunnel. You don't stop. Carried forward by the tide of rock, you emerge into another cavern. Good. Femi's voice is broken up by the gasp for air. You turn to see him staring into the dark, shaking his head. Let's not. Junie's breathing matches Femi's. Do that again. We need to keep going. Femi is dusting off his suit. That mining machine must be keeping Nia's crew down here. You have to get past it, keeping them down here, or your mind drifts to the worst option. Can any crew really hope to survive all of this? When they woke up this place, they woke up that machine. Femi starts to move down the passage. It's running on old programming. It's not hunting us. It's not smart. Femi turns back to face you, his eyes ringed with fatigue and stress. We can beat it. We hope he is right. Oh shit. Tunnel complex. Force a path. The machine rumbles away in the dark, hunting you. You can choose to fight back or force your way through. Find a safe place. The machine rumbles through the tunnels with blinding lights. Avoiding crossing its path will keep you safe. Cutter's Maze. The dark and twisty tunnels rumble with the vibrations of active mining. This place is a death trap. Well, that's her only option. I guess so far she's useless, unfortunately, Junie. We haven't run into any interface stuff. All these are +1, by the way, so it doesn't really matter what I do. Right, I don't have any upgrade skill. I have 2. No. Okay. Can't push, unfortunately. Let's keep it neat. Get a bit stressed. Let's keep it neat. Positive outcome. Oh, if we're really stressed, that's not good. That way, we do need the harvest. I need to feed the cat. Oh, you can't feed the cat here. My bad. Fine. We're gonna push. This is a 50-50 on the positive outcome. We'll see. Please be positive, then we reduce stress. No, we got one stress. God damn. We got it, though. To me, Sleeper, Femi beckons you over to a section of the cavern wall. You glide over and immediately spot what he has found. There is a large passage splitting off from this one. It is not the passage itself that is of interest. It is the remains of a barricade, freshly welded, that draws your attention. They came through here, Femi's eye flick over the runes. They try to keep it out. You look at the fresh cuts in the wall, the stone gouged out, the crumbled metal, bent and crushed, and most tellingly, the flattened remains of a welding torch embedded into the rock. The crew took a stand in this very place. Reach down and put a hand on the remains of the torch. Nia was here. And you feel it, the rumble through the torch, through the rock wall. You look up at Femi and he sees it in your face. The machine is coming. Go. I meet your eyes. Get safe. He looks over your shoulder, and suddenly he's bathed in the blinding light of the machine's lamp. We have to stay together. Go to protest, but Femi kicks you in the chest, sending you spinning away out of the path of the machine. By the time you catch yourself on the cavern wall and turn, you see Femi there in the middle of the passage entrance, lit white in the lamps. He waits agonizingly long until he knows the machine is coming for him. Then he kicks off hard and glides into the dark. The machine rumbles through in a hail of rock and dust, and you follow after it, batting away chunks of stone. You are slowed by the debris, and the machine pulls out ahead, rumbling endlessly onward through the tunnels, through the rock and metal, and then it is gone. The cavern shakes, filling with dust your vision gray. Your comms click and hiss, and chunks of rock thunk over off the faceplate of your helmet. And then you see them, the faint lights of Femi's suit as he struggles through the dust. We got it, Femi says as he reaches you, his hands on your shoulder. Somehow we got it. Take some time to understand what happened. As the dust clears, you find yourself at the lip of a shaft filled with debris. This huge pit, thick with shards of rock. Must have been a refuse pit for the mine. I'll place the pipe, the tailings, the waste. The machine went straight into this shaft, spinning into the open space and debris, shredding itself against a million razor-sharp bits of rock. Looking down into the pit, your lamps illuminate a few pieces of the machine. The rest is surely down there, deep inside the dense debris cloud. It isn't long before Femi is calling you once again, this time to another, still complete barricade. A barricade over the door to a machine room, sealed and secured. The last retreat of the crew, you fall into the nightmare. Oh. Machine room. Cut doorway. The door is sealed and barricaded. It'll take some time to cut it open, but it'll be safer this way. Break doorway. There's no time to waste. If Nia's behind that door, then it needs to be broken open and quickly. The sealed bay might hold the last evidence of the crew's ill-fated expedition. What remains? Tailing pit. Search pit. The machine was smashed by debris in the pit. Searching through the mess might yield something of value. Clear pit. Getting the remains of the machine means clearing away some of the waste from the mine that has been fed into it. Oh my gosh. We have no interface. She was a waste to take. That's so unfortunate. We got a bit of stress from doing that. Also a bit of stress. See, like she's like, where's the access port? She doesn't have the skill. I mean, might as well. Okay, well I can't, yeah. We're super stressed ourselves. A bunch of our dice are gonna break. Two ones, of course. Of course, I mean, you don't have that one. 50-50. Oh, there we go. We got some more engine components, I think, and some rare components. Okay. Let's do this. 50-50. He can't work. The job's a bust. Oh no. +1 stress, +3 to lowest die. This is guaranteed positive outcomes between -2 it. There we go. As the barricaded door is bent open, you are blinded once again by a wall of light. You and Femi raise your hands instinctively, squinting into the lamps and dust. You feel a flash of fear in the pit of your stomach, bracing yourself for what's to come. Femi, the voice comes in crisp and clear over the local comms. What are you doing here? Nia drifts out of the lights in an old, dust-caked suit. She looks between the two of you with a blank expression and blinking rapidly. Femi stares at you, frozen for a moment, then rushes to her, wrapping her in a wide embrace. They float there in the light and dust, two bodies bound together. Nia pulls back. I don't understand. You followed me out here? She looks over at you and then back to Femi. How did you find me? You left without telling me. What did you expect? Femi glares at her. You aren't ready for this. Nia retreats further at Femi's words, slipping out of his reach. Femi, Nia shakes her head. After all these years, you have no idea what I'm ready for. Movement in the lights catches your eye, and you see motion through the dust. A figure in a suit drifts out, punched and clutching their abdomen. They turn to face Nia, and you see her lips moving as they speak on a private channel. Look over to Femi, but he is staring straight ahead, his eyes wide with anger. You, he points at the figure. What kind of idiot are you, dragging my sister out here to this place, with that machine running riot? He moves towards the figure. Speak up, what were you thinking? Nia blocks his path forwards, getting between Femi and the figure. Femi, you meathead, she glances glares at her brother. This is my job. I brought them here. Femi for once falls silent. Ooh, so she's the one who wanted the job. That's the twist. Not anyone else. It takes a while to make the return trip back up through Cutter's End, especially with Nia's injured crewmate. As you ascend, Nia tells you the story of the job, Femi keeping his distance and leading the way in silence. The mining machine you'd faced was what she'd been looking to extract, a job she and Baird had put together after meeting in the narrow escape. He knew a way to jumpstart the mine, and the access that would open up meant new salvage. One of those pre-collapse boring machines was worth major cryo to any mining outfit in the belt, and Baird had a contact who was ready to buy. It was going well until Hiradash here. Nia nods at the crumbled-looking crewmate, hooked the mining machine up to the main line. Something went in its automation core, and it lost its shit. The plan was to barricade it and put together a shock trap to fry the core. Nia looks ahead at the back of Femi's suit, far ahead in the tunnel. That's worthless now that my brother shredded the thing. He was just worried. Always is, Nia sighs. I get the feeling that she is trying to resist the habit of bad-mouthing Femi. We're lucky you came. As you move through the facility, you notice most of it is dark now. Power from Baird's jumpstart fading away to nothing. Soon, this place will be a quiet ruin once more. You ascend up through the quarry and out into open space where Baird is waiting. Friends of yours? Baird shakes his head at Nia. Maybe you could have warned me they'd be coming. Not something I knew. She looks at Femi, who has broken off from the group and is heading for the rig. My brother doesn't tend to give anyone a warning. I'll take them from here. Baird puts an arm around Nirada to guide them back to the ship. Look, mate. Baird turns to you. No hard feelings. Thanks for getting them out. Even if we did screw the job while you were at it. He grins a crooked grin. Yes, that makes it square. Baird glides away towards his ship. I should ride back with them, but I'll see you at Flotsam. Nia gives you a warm smile. Thanks for helping my brother. I know he appreciates you, whatever he does or doesn't say. Watch her go, then glide over to the rig as the last flickering lights of Cutter's Edge fade. There we go, minor drive. Well, let's leave because this place is, let's leave. There's nothing else here. When you arrive back in Flotsam, Femi rushes out of the ship. The moment the docking tunnel is connected, he is off, out of the airlock and down the passage. Well, go after him then, Seraphine sighs, not looking up for his diagnostics. You find Femi in the passage between the docks, watching as Nia glides towards him. You catch a glimpse of Nia's face over his shoulder. She looks nervous, slowing her approach as she comes close to Femi, his considerable frame blocking the tunnel. Femi, Nia starts. Femi holds up a hand to quiet her. I'm sorry. His voice is flat, quieter than usual. I'm the one who's sorry. I made the excuse to find myself. Oh, I made the excuse to myself that I was trying to protect you, Femi looks down. But I was trying to control you. Yeah, no shit. I've been suffocating you, he meets Nia's eye. I see that now, that it took something like this for me to see it on me. Femi's voice cracks and the tunnel suddenly feels small, intimate. He folds his arms, regaining his composure. I understand if... Shut up, you idiot. Nia violently embraces her brother, banging him into the metal wall. She laughs, wiping her eyes. Femi sniffs. I've had enough of your speeches, Nia smiles. Apology accepted. It's not a speech, Femi can't help but take his typical self-serious tone with Nia. They see it makes her smile. I have something I need to say. You're a powerful person, and I've been trying to curb that because it scares me. And it scares me how little it scares you. He laughs an uncharacteristically light laugh. But I'll stop placing those limits on you. In fact, I want you to have the ship. Femi seems pleased that this stuns Nia into silence. I can make my own way, find work with crews. He glances over his shoulder at you. Perhaps Sleeper will take me on, but I need some time away from leading, from captaincy. Well, you need anything but. He puts a hand on your shoulder. The symbol crash is yours. Nia sighs. Femi, you really need to listen more. I don't want your ship. It is her turn to be pleased with the shock. You are right, I am a powerful person, but Cutter's Edge showed me I'm not ready to lead. I want to learn more, to work with a crew, but preferably not one I'm related to. She punches him on the shoulder playfully. Nia looks over Femi's shoulder at you. I was actually thinking Sleeper's crew might be the right fit. She flashes you a smile. You suddenly feel the tension of the movement of the moment shift to you and your apparent role in this family drama. Nia puts her hands on her hips. Well, Sleeper, what do you think? Oh, I can only take one of them with me. Oh, shit. I'll take Nia. I mean, I know Femi offered his ship to her, but she says she's not ready for it and she'd rather grow. And I'll just take Nia. Nia nods. I'm honored, really. I know I'll learn a lot from you. Femi turns in the corridor to face you, his face set in an intimidating glare. Better take good care of her, he smiles, but you can't help but take him seriously. How about we find somewhere to celebrate? Nia pushes Femi towards you, down the corridor. Come on. Later on, you find yourself in the narrow escape, in the quiet corner with Femi. You see his eyes are on Nia, who is at the bar, trying to get the attention of the server. What's the secret? Femi turns to you. How do you stop it weighing you down? Your crew, your connections, all those people that rely on you, Femi frowns. How do you bear the weight? I don't carry it alone, Femi nods. I have to get better at that. Asking for help. He looks down at the table, smiling. He takes a long sip through the straw of his container, the last dregs of something amber and potent disappearing as he does. He looks at you. She's gone, isn't she? You look over at the bar and can't see Nia amongst the crowd. You turn to Femi, confused. She never was good with goodbyes, he smiles. She'll be waiting at your ship, don't worry. He sits down his drink. Time I left too, he squeezes your shoulder. I got things to work on. Look after yourself, Sleeper. He pushes himself away from the corner and drifts out of the bar. Watch him go, one more body passing through the belt, trying to find a way to change the future. New ship crew available. Okay, and we also got the money to finally buy engine components. We only need 2 more. Very nice. So I technically wasted 15 bucks selling it. Get the cat. Get some more supplies here. Yeah, whatever. Let's upgrade the engine. We got 8 of them. Plus 5 fuel capacity. Oh, nice. Very nice. We won't fill up here. I don't think. Well, maybe we should. Let me check the map. 8. Oh, we can go directly to Scatterway, actually. I want to go back here, though. Oh, we could, actually. We'll do a full fuel up, then. 14. Any engineer work? No, I don't think so. Not here. Crowds, negative outcome, unfortunately. That's fine. Okay, let's go then. We're not gonna go to the scatter yard yet because it's gonna trigger a cutscene. Let's go back to the hollow. And let's also fix our stress situation. I honestly forgot about it. Okay, let's fix this. Recovery failed. We're just gonna do the positive outcome. We gotta just fix our stress. It's fine. We'll take a day to do that. But then we gotta repair the dice. But good news, we got some almost at the cell. Is it here? Yeah, here we go. I'm gonna have all this process 30. There we go. It was actually pretty cheap here, so I think it's fine. Maybe not that cheap, actually. Anyways, good news, we got your part. You wait in the makeshift Helion dispatches studio as Kimball tinkers with the array of somewhere in the back, behind the firewall. It's a humble setup, a stool for Serene. Yeah, Serene, a microphone, a transmitter, and mixer terminal, and the hardline snaking away towards the array, but there's something pleasing about it all the same. The crackling sound of fresh welds echoes through the bay from Kimball's concealed position. You hope the array you struggled to extract isn't getting fried as you wait. You're here. Good. Serene rushes in, holding a small dark rectangle in her hand. You will not believe what we have on here. Looks around the bay. Where's Kimball? Installing the array. You mean? Serene smiles. We're going back on air? Before you can answer, she leaps forward, grabbing you in a surprisingly firm hug. Serene lets you go. Sorry, she smiles. Just excited to finally be back. Kimball, she shouts towards the back of the bay. How long for that new array? A muffled shout comes from behind the rear wall. Okay, Serene. Suzume says takes, not tax. Takes a steadying breath. We have a little time. What have you got there? This broadcast is from Erlin's eye. Serene's eyes flash. We haven't heard anything out of them since the start of the war. Some people even said they've fallen to the flux. But something is happening there. Something is growing. The report says some protocol has taken over the station, become its protector. Conway drones can't get close. Senate Stat is giving it a wide berth. They're right in the middle of the war. Conway on the starward side, Senate Stat on the sunward, and they're resisting. Serene smiles. We have to tell everyone in the belt. We have to tell everyone in the belt about this. We have to get the word out. If the eye can be held, well, maybe we can hold it out too. Serene looks at the drive in her hand. Either way, people need to know. There's a sudden clunk, a few percussive shouts from Kimball, then a flickering of lights all across the bay as the transmitter and array begin powering up. You and Serene watch as the Helion dispatches studio comes to life, ready to broadcast once more. Not bad, Serene leans on your shoulder. Not bad at all. A shout comes from Kimball, and you know he's calling for Serene to get ready. That's my signal, she grins. Oh, I almost forgot. Serene produces a handful of chits. Turns out we have some avid listeners in the radius markets. She deposits them in your hand. Alright, Serene takes a breath. I need to go live. She flashes you a smile. Thank you. I'll make sure we make good use of that array. It'll mean something. Kimball bellows something from the back of the room. Something you can only assume is thank you. You lead the belt's most unusual double act to their broadcast. As you do, you hear Serene's voice echoing through the bay. This is Serene Sabir back on the air. To wish you all a free Helion now and forever. Ooh, we got 150, and we got an upgrade. Oh shit. Okay, let's do an. I think Intuit's the best one to do. I know we don't have interface +1, but the +2 is just so nice. Okay. Let's just do a beat the cat first. And cycle. We fixed the dice. We got our stress down. Got a glitch. Whatever, we're gonna use it on here. The 2080. An 80. Nah, whatever. Did we eat? We eat. That's fine. so... Oh yeah, we still have to do this. Okay, we'll do that now. Let me just... Well, after he makes a little bit of money, I think. Cryo. This is not the best die, but 8 cryo. Let us fill up on fuel, I guess. And let us go to the map. Let's do this. Okay. We gotta find this fraction ship, right? Oh, she's +1 you know... Okay, we're gonna try taking Judy one more time. Please, let me... There's something in this interface. Please, please, please. Please don't waste my time. We're coming up on the beacon site now. Seraphim brings the ship into place. Signal's pretty weak, though. He turns in his chair, which is what you get for chasing 10,000 cycle-old leads that got a lot of people killed. Since you explained the situation to Seraphim, he hasn't gotten any more enthusiastic about the job, especially as it's a job coming from Yunjin. Seraphim shuts down the engine and turns to Yunjin. Time for you to go have a poke around in those rocks. He waves a hand at the scattering of asteroids. Enjoy. Yunjin barely seems to notice the sarcasm. A kind of fixed determination has come over him since you left the hollow. It's not something you've seen before. Let's suit up and find the beacon. He pats you on the shoulder. Luis said it's the first of a trail, so the faster we locate this one and get ourselves pointed to the next, the better. Enough messing around. He kicks off and glides out of the cockpit, heading straight for the airlock. If it's a signal we are tracing, then we should think about trying to triangulate it. Junie stares out of the cockpit at the sparse gray rocks. No point just wandering around and finding whatever else the beacon planter left for the overly curious travelers. Nice to be on the trail of a piece of history, though. If the Evelian path was real, well, Junie smiles, it'd be quite a find. Junie turns and follows Yunjin to the airlock. It's just you and Seraphim left in the cockpit. He taps at his console, ignoring you. This is a bad idea. Seraphim turns. Me. He mockingly puts a finger at his own chest. Look, he gets serious for a second. People have been searching for this thing since the Solheim collapse. That's a lot of desire directed at one hidden drive. Objects like that tend to get people in trouble, Seraphim sighs, at least in my experience. So take it slow and keep your eye on Yunjin. Seraphim turns back to the console, busying himself with diagnostics. You turn and leave the cockpit, your mind on the beacon and the trail that should, all being well, and a ticket out of the entire system. Okay, the beacon region. Yes, there's his interface. Okay. Search rocks. Rather than messing with signal, simply searching the rocks in the area should help locate the beacon. Interface. Triangulate signal. The beacon signal is weak and dispersed, but with some work, it might be possible to determine its precise location. And beacon location. The beacon's location is masked by debris or radiation. You'll have to search it out to find the path ahead. Well, let's get searching then. You get +3. Okay, actually we only need a few. Oh, this one only gives 2, this one gives 3. Oops, I should have done the search the rocks one then. Whatever, we got it. Oops. Evelian beacon. Analyze site. The site where the beacon is planted shows signs of a ship landing and excavation. Perhaps announcing the remains would help. Decrypt signal. There seems to be data hidden in the beacon's signal. Could it be the signal of the next step in the trail? Onward vector. This beacon contains the coordinates for the next beacon in the trail. You just need to extract them. Well, good thing I have this +2. Looking in now, sleeper. Got 1 stress from that. This is 2080. Yeah, I just got some stress. Oh well. positive outcome. Okay, well, we rest. We're out of dice. No dice. Okay, we'll harvest supplies tomorrow. Well, and next cycle, you know what I mean. See, I've got it. Yeah. We're in. Yunjin nods at the data port. Deep inside the body of the beacon, he peers through his suit's faceplant at it. You have part of the plating removed, and you are pretty sure you have access to the coordinates you need. All that's left is to slot a drive. I've got this. Yunjin takes out a thumb drive and slots it. Easy as can be, a smile flickers across his face. You peer into the beacon. It has been a delicate job getting the security access and the system knowledge to find the coordinates for the next step, but it all seems to have passed without incident. Got it. Yunjin pulls a drive and thumps you on the shoulder. Let's head to the next one. Look alive down there, Seraphin's voice comes over the comms. We've got a ship on approach. You need to make yourself scarce. You and Yunjin exchange looks, the singers. You kick off and glide towards the ship, when Yunjin goes in the other direction. You wonder what he is doing for a second, then you see it. You rise at the beacon and immediately laying into its metal shell. He pulls a tool from his suit's belt and keys in the beacon with an anger that chills you. When he's done, the beacon is just another chunk of debris in the shoals. He joins you in the cockpit. Oh, he sabotages it. He can't track it. Actually, it's kind of big brain, as long as he actually has the coordinates for the next one. Sharon gives you a look, but doesn't say a word. He just silently taps in the new coordinates. You look across at Yunjin, his expression fixed and his eyes cold. Then the Seraphim fires up the drive. Oh shit. We're going. A shrill beep wakes you from your stargazing. What was that? Seraphim looks around the cockpit as warning lights and sirens sound all over the ship. The terminal screens flicker, some of them not coming back on. You hear a groan from somewhere deep in the ship. Some kind of pulse. An energy weapon? Seraphim slaps the side on his flickering terminal until it stabilizes. On it, you see a red dot moving farther away from the center of a circle. A ship is accelerating away. Seraphim taps at his console, bringing up the transponder information. He turns to Yunjin with a hard stare. It's Vesna. Yunjin shakes his head. Got it in one. Seraphim grits his teeth. The limb hound, registered in the far spindle. He slams his fist on the key. How did she find us? How? Because Yunjin is a sloppy operator, that's how. Seraphim shakes his head and starts working on the drive system. Now we're stranded. She knocked out our drive. Must have been waiting for us, Seraphim sighs. We'll need to get it activated as quickly as we can. Yunjin is up from his seat, peering out on the window at the large rock floating just outside. The beacon has to be there. Vesna cracked it and then waited for us to catch up. She was trying to dissuade us. Well, she's doing a pretty good job. Seraphim scrolls through layers of drive diagnostics. Give up now? Yunjin glanced at you. We're so close. No, Yunjin's right. Seraphim sniffs but says nothing. The singers are out there too. If we are lucky, they will cancel each other out. Yunjin goes to leave the cockpit. We decrypt the beacon and fix the drive. No distractions. Yunjin kicks off and glides out of the cockpit towards the airlock. I knew this was going to get complicated. Junie sighs. We have to keep the find at the end of this trail in mind. To let it fall into incurious hands, she shakes her head. We need to be the ones to claim it. Look, Seraphim turns in his seat. We're in this now, no way back, only forward. But the moment this goes south, and it will, I'll pull you out when we are leaving, whether Yunjin wants to back out or not. Seraphim meets your eyes. He's serious. No, I understand. Seraphim nods, saying nothing. Seraphim turns back to his console. This, as far as he's concerned, is your problem to fix. Yeah, I'll fix it. Ooh, disable drive. Bypass system. Bypassing the entire control system of the drive and triggering it manually is a drastic option, but time is short. Force startup. Forget tinkering with the drive. With no time to waste, physically forcing it to reset might be the best option. Shit, should I fix the ship first or should I work on the beacon? Rewire beacon. The beacons are becoming familiar, which means a little rewiring might help reveal the coordinates faster. Oh, engineering, which is +2 for me. Decrypt signal. Once again, the beacon signal hides the coordinates of the next beacon. This should be the final one. Let's just use the 4 dice on this because this is a 6. Ironically, I should push to get the 2 stress. Use this here for 100% positive, and then we'll lose 2 stress. Easy. Okay, we got it. Okay, so let's fix the ship now. I just realized none of these are interface. $50-50 is not really the best, I'm gonna be honest. $25-50-25. Okay, well, unfortunately, we have the negative outcome. Okay. Let's rest up. Oh, my bad. End cycle. I need to get more supplies, so unfortunately I'm gonna spend time harvesting mushrooms into it. Okay. No, I clicked the wrong thing, my bad. I meant this one. Or startup. +2. Actually got a positive outcome out of that. Let's push this. Then move this here for positive outcome. Very nice. Seraphim punches the final set of coordinates into his console and runs a fresh set of diagnostics on the rig's drive. Everything comes up green. The atmosphere in the cockpit is tense. None of you know what you might be flying into. Yunjin's jaw is set, his eyes on the stars and scattered rocks, his goal in reach. It's not a goal to be underestimated, a fraction drive, one that can take any ship out of the system and beyond, one that can forge a path through the surrogate systems few can take. Freedom, both from the system's politics and structures of power that dominate the passage of people through colonized space. The problem with such a lofty ambition is that it is infectious, seductive. It is desirable enough to draw people out, to bring them to their absolute limit. You have seen that in Yunjin. The singers, too, are shaped by that desire, and Vesna, the steely-eyed captain, you don't seem to be able to shake. The question is, who will flinch first? Well, we're leaving to the next location. Billion's End. Here you are, moored around a remote and airless rock, a scattering of debris concealing an object of great value, and a system spiraling into war. We're the last here. Seraphim shuts down the drive. At least no one started shooting. Vesna would only kill us as a last resort. Or would only kill as a last resort. Yunjin looks out at the rock. The singers, I'm less sure about. Reassuring, Seraphim deadpans. So, what now? We walk out there and start digging? I don't know. They're not gonna want to share, obviously. What do you think, Yunjin? You're in the face Yunjin, but he's already gone. You get after him, Seraphim shakes his head. I'm gonna keep the rig warm. I get the feeling we're going to be needing it. As you glide out of the cockpit, you hear the airlock cycling. Yunjin is already out. You speed up, grabbing a suit and rustling it on as you head for the airlock. The door hisses open and reveal a sparse landscape. The twisted parts of a facility or ship, corroded beyond recognition, jut up out of the dusty rock. Squinting into the faint and distant sun, you can make out two figures in suits, standing a fair distance apart in the middle of the loose circle of debris. You glide down towards them, specks of loose gravel and decaying metal bouncing off your suit as you do. Now, a voice crackles through your comms as you approach, broadcast over the open channel. None of us want to die out here. You see them now, the two figures, Vesna and the leader of the singers, Peter, facing each other across the dusty plain. Vesna's arm jutting from her body, her hand resting on an object at her hip. Weapon. Keep your distance, Sleeper. Her eyes flick over to you as you approach. This godforsaken rock is crowded enough as is. We set foot here first. The claim is ours by anyone's judgment. Peter speaks calmly and slowly, his arms at his hips and his palms upturned. And I expect we are also the best equipped to find the fraction drive and put it to use. Anyone's judgment? Vesna scoffs. Who do you see out here to validate your claim? She gestures at the rock-strewn void with one hand, her other firmly on the grip of her handgun. The Sleeper is our witness here. Peter turns slowly. I'm sure they will verify the claim. I mean, I didn't see who was first. Vesna laughs. At least someone here still has integrity. I mean, I didn't see who came here first. It's true, I'm not gonna lie. You look between the two of them, searching their faces for an intent, an opening, anything. Vesna's ocular implants give nothing away, but the visual tension in her gun arm suggests failing patience. Peter, meanwhile, projects an atmosphere of considered calm, but there is violence behind that benign smile, and a crew of singers somewhere out there in the dark. The drive is mine, back off. Vesna, using that weapon will seal your fate. Peter, tell your crew to stand down. What do I say here? I feel like we gotta de-escalate. Peter, tell your crew to stand down. Be very careful what you say next. Peter eyes you with anger and fear. You have a flash of panic in Vesna's eyes as she realizes she might be surrounded already. Her arm tenses. The shot is silent, its direction unclear, but its effect is immediate. The side of Vesna's suit explodes, and a geyser of escaping oxygen. She spins, clutching at the wound to clamp it closed. As she does, you see the shot grazed her, splitting the suit but leaving her body beneath intact. Might want to run and get that fixed, Vesna. Eugen slips out from the shadow of a piece of debris at the edge of the circle. He holds a long gun at his hips. So he shot her. Oh god, I didn't want to go anywhere with violence. What took you so long? What are you doing? Everyone wants to ask what the hell he's doing, but I'm gonna stay silent. I'm gonna see what's gonna happen. Let's all stay calm. Eugen moves slowly closer. You son of a bitch. Vesna is doubled over, unable to take her hand away from the hole in her suit without risking immediate depressurization. Eugen draws alongside you, his eyes still on Peter. Time to turn yourself around, get in that ship of yours, and go back to wherever the hell you crawled out of from. You glance at Vesna. There's a spout of oxygen spewing out from her suit, leaking between her fingers. She doesn't have long. We can't abandon this claim, Peter shows his open palms. For the singers to survive, we must leave the system behind. There's no way for us to support ourselves here. Our moon is gone, eaten up by the war. The belt will be next. You may as well shoot me here if you are not going to let me take the drive. This is my people's future. Well, Eugen shifts his shoulder. If you insist. Sleeper, we have a lot incoming. You glance at Eugen. He is hearing the message too. A whole load of convoy ships are approaching locations. Conway, what are they doing here? Not about the radio and ask them, Seraphine's voice distorts. But it's not hard to imagine that news of this fractured drive has reached farther than anyone wanted. They look across at Peter and see his lips moving, but hear nothing. He's talking to his crew. A moment later, you hear a click as he switches back to the open channel. If you heard what I just heard, then you know we are out of time. Peter looks deadly serious now, his face of diplomatic calm having fallen away. We singers are the only crew who can pull the fraction drive out before Conway arrives. There are more of us, and we have the experience. Let us take it. Don't let it fall into the hands of the system's biggest enemy. Sleeper, Seraphine hisses over the comms. Get back to the rig. No, Eugen cuts in. We aren't sure if he's responding to Seraphine, Peter, or both. The drive is ours. I have worked too hard and come too far to let it go now. He raises the long gun to his shoulder. You're all insane, Vesna spits out the words, her voice strained and hoarse. I'll leave you to your graves. She kicks off from the rock, arching towards the crimson shape of the limhound. Eugen doesn't even watch her go. Sees something flaring in his eyes, a dark drive with no other resolution. I'm gonna try to talk him down. I'm gonna be honest, but this is a 50-50 neutral negative, so this might not go well. Nope, you have the worst outcome. As you try to reason with him, stumbling through your words, Eugen takes his eyes off Peter and turns to you. He shakes his head. I can't walk away from this, not now. Idiots, Peter sighs and clicks out the open channel. The shot hits Eugen in the shoulder, spinning him back across this circle of scrap. You feel the splatter of debris as another shot zips past you silently, only an inch or two wide. As you turn away from Peter, you see glints of light on otherwise dark shapes near the horizon. The matted black suits of armed singers, hiding in plain sight against the darkness of space. They are everywhere. You glide away from the incoming fire, Eugen spinning ahead of you, the gushing of oxygen from his split to sending him on a wild and dangerous arc. Well, I can grab him at least. You grab desperately, hooking your hand across his flailing arm. The suit's outgassing spins the both of you now, but you manage to reel him in and clasp your hands over the hole. You aim the both of you towards the airlock as another volley of shots splatters you with chunks of rock and metal. You are exposed, crossing the empty space between rock and ship. You are far from the singers now, and no more shots arrive. Both you and Eugen glide through the open airlock, slamming hard into the interior door. In a moment, it is cycled and you pull off your suits to check for wounds. A few orbs of blood break gently on the ship's interior walls, but Eugen pushes you away as you try to tend to the gash in his shoulder. His face is fixed with a grimace of pain and frustration. You both glide up to the cockpit to find Seraphin rapidly starting the drive. His console screen is filled with red pulses and signatures of Conway drone ships bearing down on this lonely rock. He glances up as you enter the cockpit, but says nothing. We're thankful for that, at least. This is no time for glib remarks. You take one last look at the Aphelion Path's final resting place, now cloaked in clouds of fresh dust. You think of the singers down there, no doubt already wrenching the fraction drive from its hiding place and onto their ship. Conway is their problem now. And then the drive kicks in and you leave the singers to their fate. Bye-bye. The ship is quiet as you dock with the Hollow, no one eager to speak about what happened out there in the shoals. Even Seraphin is silent, tapping away at the engine shut down with comfortably routine motions. Or comfortingly, whatever. Eugen has bandaged his shoulder now, a sleeve compressing the wound beneath his clothes. He looks strained and pale, but otherwise, you wouldn't be able to tell he had been hurt at all. You know, it will take some time to come back from this, to extract himself from the hold that fraction drive that dream held over him. You wonder if he ever will, or if the freedom that object represented to him will haunt him for the remains of his life. You know at least that now is not the time to try to discuss it, to lay out exactly what happened out there. Eugen will retreat, of course, hiding beneath the glib personality you have come to recognize as his shield. Perhaps, as cycles pass, he will find himself changed. Perhaps not. Either way, there's much to be done, and this thankless adventure has derailed you enough. Time to get back to work. Oh, we don't even get a point for it. Okay. Oh. Let the dust settle. What the hell does that mean? Oh shit, so you can actually go through here. Unlock down. Okay, fair enough. I forgot, isn't there a place down here? No, there isn't. Okay. Well, with the adventure we had there, let's get some mushrooms, I guess. Let's feed the kitty. And then... do we get some money, I guess? 8 crown. Or just a negative outcome. Okay. But yeah, with that, we will actually end this here. I thought we'd be ending the game here, but I guess we still have... we got new missions, we gotta investigate Hexport, and we gotta go to the Scatter Yards, which is the last area we have not been. We've been everywhere else but Scatter Yards, so we'll go there next. We only need 6 fuel, so I won't buy fuel here. Might be cheaper in Scatter Yards, who knows. Let's double check the cost. It's 5 fuel per one. I mean, it's not that bad, but we'll see. We'll see. It might be more expensive there. We're kind of risking it. So, anyways, that's. I mean, I kind of figured that the drive would be a bust. Well, part of it I thought would be an ending, that you get it, and then the game ends because you just leave the system. I don't know if our rig would be able to hold it or like get like some other ship. So, but I thought that would be like an ending, but I guess not, because in the first game there's actually multiple endings to the game. I guess this one there's only one ending, and that's what it seems like, because we're running out of missions to do. I said we only have 2 more missions, and we've already done so many. But we'll see. We'll go to the Scatter Yards, do the last 2 missions there, and the Fraction ship, we'll have to see what happens with that. Oh, assuming in the next episode. But yeah, we got a cat as well, which is nice. And mushrooms. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts were on this part, and I'm pretty sure the next part will be the last though, because we only have Scatter Yards left to go to. So yeah, I hope to see you at the next episode.